What's going on, everybody? So we've run the gamut on this channel when it comes to reviews and prices. We've done $20 IEMs, $50 IEMs, on up. And that's what I like to do. I like to show all ends of the market. Well, we're going to go way to the other end of the market. I feel like this is the most expensive IEM that we've ever reviewed. Special thanks to Mr. Crash. If it wasn't for amazing people in the community letting me borrow these IEMs and review them, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't be able to do all the crazy stuff we do. So special thanks to Mr. Crash and the community. Love you guys, because that's what helps this channel grow, and that's what allows us to review different and many various products. So without further ado, today we're going to do a very special one. This is the Unique Melody Amber Pearl. Alright, so the Unique Melody Amber Pearl. It retails for $7,999. It has 15 drivers overall with a 6-way crossover. It's got a frequency shift bone conducting driver, 4 balance armatures for bass, 4 balance armatures for treble, 2 for mids, 2 for upper mids, and then 2 ultra high electrostatic drivers. So let's get to the unboxing. Got this nice silver box. Pop the flap. It up. Back there. Plastic around this nice blue box. If you recognize this, it looks very similar to the unboxing experience for the Multiverse Mentor. Pop this flap up, then you'll find the case wrapped in this nice bag. It has Unique Melody on it. Loosen it up a little bit, and there we go. Move this over. Here's a little case. It's a nice blue leather case, gold zipper. Pop it open, and you'll find your Amber Pearl in that beautiful, beautiful shell. All right, and then of course, inside here, you'll find your warranty information, your tips, another clasp in here, and you also find extra filters. All right, so let's talk about fit and finish. One of the standouts about this IEM, especially for the price, is the beautiful stabilized wood shell. These are absolutely spectacular. The size is about medium to large. Nothing weird in the back of them to make them uncomfortable, especially after long listens. They fit real nice in the ear. Not heavy at all, too. Actually really light, especially with 15 drivers in them. They're a really light IEM, so that's nice. When it comes to the cable, it's the amber shielding cable, and it's a very good looking cable. No issues with microphonics or anything like that. And you know my favorite thing, I like being able to roll, and for it to be able to keep its shape, which it does beautifully. So pound for pound, for the price, you want it to be spectacular, and I think these are great looking IEMs. Also, there are still few left. I looked at Music Tech's website today, and I don't know if they have one or two, how many they have, but they still have some brand new ones. So they're still out there, even though I think they're limited. They only made 100 of them, but yes, you can still find them new. So let's drop these over here, and let's talk about sound. I've said before that Unique Melody Multiverse Mentor is one of my favorite IEMs, and there's just something about it it's romantic, and it's just, when I listen to certain genres of music, it's like my chill IEM. So I honestly feel like the Amber Pearl is, in a sense, the Mentor on steroids, because you're going to get more bass, sub and mid bass with it, and the bass, it can hit which is kind of wild. Um, the mids are going to be very similar. You're going to have, of course, with that bone conducting, the physicality of the music, but also the beautiful spaciousness of the music. The soundstage is going to be huge. The treble's not forward, it's still there. You're still going to get some nice notes and everything, especially with cymbals and things like that. But really, for me, the focus is these nice, thick, warm mids that have extremely awesome detail, especially a lot more than the Multiverse Mentor. So that would be the two things that kind of separate it in a sense, where you've got these crazy bass notes that are a lot stronger, and then you've got more revealing mids, where it's kind of like this thick and sweetness at the same time. Thickness where the note weight's heavy, you feel it. It's really nice, but you have all this resolution playing along. So it kind of, in a weird way, it plays tricks on you because it doesn't, in a sense, feel as thick and warm because of all the resolution, but it still is. It's kind of a wild balancing act. But within doing so, with all the resolution and everything, it just sounds spectacular. Um, because we're going to sit here and talk about, like, well, what do you get for that price? And does it compete against everything else at that price? And it does, because the resolution alone, the way it plays, the staging. You throw on something like Bloom from Michael League. That's one of the ones I like using to test because in the midsection towards the end, you've got this build up and build up and build up, and then you've got all these multiple instruments playing different tempos and aggressive levels. The piano's being aggressive, and for warmer IEMs, you can tend to get muddy, and it just muds over where you can't hear everything. But what's spectacular about the Amber Pearl being as warm as it is, the separation's there. There's depth there. So none of the, it's wild, but none of the instruments get lost in the sauce, some people would say. You get the clarity and you get the separation, you get the depth and the width, and everything's separated in a nice way. And it doesn't get bogged down. It just goes in there and just plays it. The resolution's there. It's funny because I had a debate between two of my buddies, Gold Verger and Hawaii Hi-Fi, because they were debating which IEM has the best voices. Gold Verger feels like it's the Traley, right? The bird. And a lot of people feel that way. But Hawaii Hi-Fi man thinks it's the Amber Pearl. And I feel in a sense they're both right because you can have, it just depends on what you love and what you like. But the voices on this IEM are superb. But another thing about Hawaii Hi-Fi man, he and I have trombone playing in concert. And I guess since we played in multiple concerts and practices in a big time of our life, that when you hear an IEM that plays instruments correctly and the timbre and everything is just right, it sounds right. The Amber Pearl does an excellent job of that with instruments. They just sound beautiful. Piano, it's thick, but it's beautiful. Like, it's just, again, the romantic sound that I like where you just feel like, I don't know, you're floating, you close your eyes, you're in a concert hall, and it's just magnificent. You're hearing your favorite piece, and there's just a way that it does it in a awesome way. Like, it's just, and it doesn't even have to be like a concert hall, something like that. If you throw on something like Michael League, or I can't think of the other guy's name, but anyway, virtuoso guitar players, like you're in a small club, then it transforms you there. Bilal and his album with, I can't remember the guys and I can't remember the song, but like his voice is so beautiful on this because it brings you into the club that they're playing in. Like, one of my favorite things is when an IM can transport you to a venue to enjoy the music. And you would expect that for something that costs this much. Billie Eilish, Toni Braxton, you can run the gamut with the voices. Michael McDonald, Oh, you know what I really like? Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight on these, especially. Never Felt This Way. And a few of his other songs just sounds superb on these. And that's what you expect. You spend this amount of money. You can afford to spend this amount of money. You want to hear the best of the best. And you don't want to be dissatisfied. And a company like them doesn't want to put out a product, charge a ridiculous price, and people hear it and go, why am I paying this price? So I think Unique Melody has done an outstanding job on these. Again, they're super, super expensive. But if you can afford it and you can jump to that pinnacle, I would say this is one of my top 5 IEMs that I've heard, just because the way it is able to play music and bring out emotion and transport you to a certain spot. Close your eyes and just dream. It's awesome. So, is Unique Melody Amber Pearl a buy? You got the budget. You don't have to go into debt. You're looking for a total. You're looking for one of the best of the best. Excuse me, a Hall of Famer, which I would say one of the best of all time. Then yes, I definitely think Amber Pearl's a buy. I think it does things that you're not going to find in other IEMs, and that's why it costs as much as it does. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to hit me up, and I'll see you in the next video.